What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture, doing a video today that I wish I never had to do. This video is regarding the Amazing Spider-Man issue 34 that I purchased. I did an unboxing video on, and I was shocked to see that the book was horribly trimmed by either a dull blade or cut by some scissors. Now, I'm going to preface this first and foremost with this. Never am I one to get in the way of a man being able to put food on the table for him and his family. Never am I one to get in the way of a man getting his money. But the problem is, if you do business and you do not do business accordingly, we as the consumers have the right to speak on the issues at hand. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Maybe Ramon here with Prideland Comics, aka Prideland Collectibles, has been a great businessman through and through, and he just decided to treat me in this situation in a very deplorable and unprofessional way. And if that's the case, he's going to continue on, maybe learn from this, and he's going to be all right. But in no way am I sitting here with any guilt or remorse for being able to speak my truth to the situation. I know how it is. People that try to come at me to where they get in the way of me getting my money or being able to provide for my family. But it's been hearsay or ill-informed information or just personal attacks. This is none of that. This is specific fact to the situation at hand and how it was handled. And I have all the receipts and communication that we're going to look over today. All right. We are going to start with the communication between him and I on Whatnot. So here's his Whatnot. Prideland Comics that's where I purchased the book from. So if you guys watch my unboxing video, you could see how shocked I was when I opened it up. I knew that there was an ad page ripped out that didn't affect story, so it was going to be an incomplete 0.5. I paid $65 for the book, and I was okay with that. I'm a low-grade collector. I'm on a budget. I had some Whatnot credit. It worked for me. I get the book. It's got all this trimming. So I sent him pictures, as you can see here. It's trimmed on the top and on the side. You can see from the pages right there. You can see even the chipping from the dull blade or whatever it was. Look at how much it's cut in. All right? And I was very professional the whole time. This was my first message to him. I said, hey there, received the ASM 34 today, which would eliminate almost any real value. Now, let me put some things into perspective. Why I just left it at that and didn't say, can I get a refund or whatever? I was trying to just let him know of the issue to see if he was like, well, I'm willing to give you a partial refund. Why? Because as the book is, I would still keep it. I would just want it for a more feasible value because of all these defects that I was not aware of. So he responds back and says this, that is something that we missed. So he admitted it right away, which is great. Feel free to start the refund process through Whatnot and return the book, and we will gladly return or refund your money. Okay, so here is where he messed up. Here is where Mr. Ramon effed up and messed up really, really bad. He should have set the tone right here and said, look, we made the purchase through Whatnot. Sorry, sir, but you got to go through Whatnot and let them handle it. If the only thing that they're willing to do is have you return the book for a refund, and that's the only thing I could do for you, playa. Sorry, got to move on. And I would have accepted that. I would have been like, all good. But no, he decides to ask what I thought was fair. Now, here's what kind of complicated things, and it was just really unfortunate. He took so long to answer and reply to me that I ended up going on Mercari and finding a complete book, still lower grade, I made an offer for like $50-something, and the Mercari seller accepted it. So by the time I saw his reply finally, after like 2 days, I came back and was like, well, I actually found a complete book for $50, so I'm going to go ahead and process the return, which I did. I started the return through Whatnot. And I said, thank you, though. Now, I still answered his question. I said, I was thinking like half of the 60, since 0.5 copies are selling for around 30. But those would be a green label, whereas this book here would be a purple because of the trimming. But I think I have the link for the return label, so I'll get that to you ASAP. So I was like, at this point, we're good. All right. Now, this is what's messed up. The Mercari seller, right after I sent this, canceled the order. Check this out. This guy's, I'm like, hi, why was my order canceled for the Amazing Spider-Man comic? There was an issue with the listing. And what was the issue? No response. Do you have the book? No response. Or did you simply have seller's remorse after accepting my offer? In these situations, honesty is the best practice because it is not a good look as a seller to simply cancel a purchase with no communication as to why. This was his response again. There was an error with the listing. Have a blessed day. And look what he did. I'm typing here. Trying to send. Boom. He blocked me. What is wrong with people? So I'm like, well, okay. I guess I don't have a new book. So I had to go back to Ramon here and basically say, I said, well, interesting enough, the other seller canceled my order. I have no idea why. So can we put the offer back on the table for the partial refund? So again, I'm still being very professional. He asked, what do you think would be fair? I still told him what would be fair. So we have all the details there. This new purchase that I got was canceled. Can we put it all back on the table? No response. I waited a day. Now remember, I have a minimum amount of time to be able to return the book now that I opened the return. I say, hey, let me know soon, please. I only have until Tuesday to return the book. No reply. Next day comes. Can I get some type of response or update to the inquiry? Again, I'm being very professional at this point. Again, all Ramon needs to do is tell me, you know what? I'm good at this point. I'm good. You know, you said you had another book. I was willing to listen to what you thought was fair. I'm good. Send the book back. I would have been like, okay, fine. But I get no response. So what did I do? I found his Instagram and messaged him there. No response. So I found his brick and mortar online and I found his phone number and I called him. Now, this is the only thing that I can't have for proof to you guys, but my word is impeccable and you need to trust me. There is no reason for me to fabricate any of this. He answers the phone. I'm like, is this Ramon? He says, yes. I'm like, hi, this is Chris, Journals Comics. I bought the ASM 34. And I basically told him everything that I told you guys. I'm a low grade collector. I'm on a budget. I wouldn't mind keeping the book, but just for the fair price. I said, you know, would you be willing to give me $30 back? And you know what his words were verbatim? Yeah, I could do that. I can do that. Again, that's exactly what he said. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. He said it twice. And then what he did from there, I said, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. He said, what's your email? I gave him my Captain Journo's email. And he was like, is that your PayPal email? I was like, oh, no. He clarified what he wanted. He wanted my PayPal email. He was going to send me the money back via PayPal. I gave him my PayPal email. And we were about to be good. And then he was like, so is the return canceled? And I was like, well, you know what? I don't think you can actually cancel a return, but I know that you only have a certain amount of days. And once those days are up, if I don't return the book, the return process gets dropped. You know, you get your money. I don't get anything refunded and we're good. But I said to him, I was the one that said this to him. I said, why don't we do this? Why don't I reach out to Whatnot and see if I can get it canceled or get you, visual proof that I'm keeping the book and the return isn't going to process, and I'll let you know, and then you can send me the PayPal money when I do that. And he was like, yeah, why don't you do that? And then I'll send you over the money. We had an agreement. I got off the phone with them. I was out and about when I got home. An hour later, I had messaged Whatnot because there's no phone number. It's all through email support. They responded back and I sent him the screenshot, and I have this right here. And this is what they said, because I basically said, I want to keep the book. So Whatnot Support says, thank you for reaching back out to us, journos. I understand that you would like to keep the product instead of returning it. So right there is proof that I'm inquiring to keep it. You are able to choose to do so. And as a reminder, if you choose not to send the book back to the seller, you will not receive any refund. There you go. So I sent this to Ramon, right? And I say, confirmation of no refund. Just in case you needed my email again, here it is. And there's my PayPal email. There it is. I don't hear anything back from him for 2 days. 2 days, right? Let's zoom out a little bit here. And let's try to scroll down. All right. So then I say, were you going to send the reimbursement over today? No response. I wait another day. And at this point, I'm like, this guy, he's ghosting me. This is not how you do business. So remember when I said there was where he effed up really bad? There was a second time where he had the opportunity to kill all of this. That's when I called him on the phone. When I called him on the phone and once again inquired, he could have said, Chris, look, I know I was entertaining it, but at this point, I can't do this. You already opened the return. You got, just send the book back. I'm sorry. It's through Whatnot. I don't want to do any side, PayPal reimbursements outside of Whatnot. And I would have been completely 100% on board. I would have respected that decision as a businessman, handling the business the way that he felt the right way to do it. But once again, he gave me the green light. He said he was going to send me the money when I gave him the proof that I wasn't returning the book, which I did. So now this is what I said to him. I spoke with you on the phone and you gave me your word that you would reimburse me 50% of the purchase price, $60 or $30, for the ASM 34 that I received with major defects and restoration that was not enclosed. It's been 3 days since that conversation, and you have yet to send payment or have yet to reply to my calls or messages. At this point, I'm going to assume your intent to be ill intent, and that you never intended to send partial reimbursement. I showed you proof of the canceled refund. This is not good business and not something that I would expect out of a business owner, especially one with a brick and mortar. Again, I mean, how much more professional can I be? So now I called the shop again and I spoke to, I believe it was Austin. I don't know. I spoke to another employee. I told this employee what was going on. And he was like, well, Ramon's coming in a little bit. I'll let him know you called and I'll have him call you back. I waited and I waited and I waited. No call. So now I'm calling him and it's just ringing and ringing and ringing. No answer. Multiple times. Now, ironically, I go on Facebook, and right as I go on Facebook, he's live. So let's bring this up real quick. Funny thing is, you're going to hear in the video clip, and this is where it's really appalling when we get into the video clips. There's 2 video clips that I'm going to show here that are very important to watch. This guy said he knew nothing about me, yet he's my friend on Journos Comics Facebook. I didn't add this guy. I don't know him. Oh, look, he's live again right now. I could troll him, but that's not who I am. So, and look, here's the thing. He uses his personal Facebook, you see here it says Pride Land Collectibles. He uses his personal Facebook where he runs his business from. This is where he does his live shows. You can see him right here. He does all these live shows. So I call and I call and I call, and then I see that he's live. I have a spare phone. So now I'm watching him live on one phone and I start calling him from the spare phone. And now I'm going to play the video clip, guys. And this is where it just gets real shisty and deplorable and ridiculous. All right, here we go. Now you're going to hear the phone ringing. That's me trying to call. And the funny thing about what they were saying was, before I hopped in the live, you could probably tell that they knew it was me and they were trying to avoid me. It's crazy that this guy acted like this during a live stream. Let's check it out.
Yeah, grab that.
Now this is where I stopped. I hung up again because they weren't answering. Right here.
You can answer?
Yeah, sure. What happened?
See, they're already laughing like they know it's me calling over and over again.
I'm about to click it too.
But I called back.
There he is. What you want me to say?
Pride Land Collectibles.
See, they already knew it was me.
How may I help you?
Howdy, Private Comics Collectibles. How can I help you?
So
What's going on?
I'm once again telling this guy, like, look, I see that your guys are live. I never got a call back. What I was saying was, like, if his problem is that the money's on hold until the refund, the return meets its 7-day thing, like, I wouldn't mind waiting until the hold is let go and he has the money in his account for him to then give me the $30 reimbursement. That's what I was trying to tell him. But he wasn't even trying to communicate with me to let me know if that was the problem. Watch this, though.
Hey, dude. He sold you the book. He made an error. I corrected by refunding your money.
Okay, this guy bullshits and lies throughout this. First off, he said he sold you the book because Austin runs the whatnot shows, right? So first off, what is he doing? This is his number one. I feel sorry for Austin. This is a business owner that's now putting blame on his employee. He sold you the book, but then what does he take credit for? I refunded you the money. He didn't refund me anything. There was no refund process. What did whatnot already stated? In order for me to get refunded, I need to send the book back to process the return, send the book back. And once the seller receives the book back, he has to okay it in whatnot for me to receive my money. So already he's putting it on his employee and he's lying. He didn't refund me anything, but let's continue on.
It should be over and done with. You got your money back. It should be over and done with.
I did not get my money back.
I did refund you the money. What not has the
No, he didn't.
As soon as you return the book, as soon as you ship it off, they'll release the money to you. No, I have to initiate the refund, dumbass.
Look at that. Dumbass. I'll at least get the refund, dumbass. Like in a minute. Now, keep in mind, he's live. You're seeing this through a Facebook live sale that he's doing, talking to a customer this way. How deplorable and childish. Now, again, if what he's trying to say is, well, if you didn't receive the money, I haven't received the money yet either. It's in basically purgatory here because whatnot is holding the funds one way or the other. Since I started the refund, he doesn't have that money to put in his bank account, but I don't have it either. Whatnot is waiting for this issue to play out. That's why I was trying to tell him, if that's what you're worried about, dude, we got 2 more days until the time is up for me to return the book. And if I don't return it, that money will be released to you and you will have it in your bank, the $60 plus. And at that point in time, you can PayPal me the $30. That's what I was trying to tell him, but he wasn't even letting me talk. Listen.
On my end. Hey, here's if I just return the book and you don't have to deal with me anymore. Because I'm done with this. I don't have enough time to waste on this situation. I don't care about a screenshot. I told you what I would do. Right. No, I don't, because I'm done with this. I'm in the middle of doing business right now. I don't have time for this nonsense over $70.
So he's saying that he doesn't care about $70. Now, what does that say about him as a businessman? That our money as consumers, our money doesn't matter. $70 is a lot to me as a consumer. That could be 2-3 days of groceries for me and my kids. You know, $20, $50, $70, that's a lot for the individual consumers. A business owner should not devalue any dollar that a customer or consumer is spending on a business, and you should treat every transaction the same, regardless if it's $2, $70, or $1,000. So our money that we're spending, that we're giving to him to keep his business afloat, means nothing to him. That's what he's saying. I don't need y'all. That's a slap in the face to his customer base.
Refuse to take your call. I have been here, dude. I'm not here every day. You talked to my son. He told you to call back. So what are you talking about? I talked to you. I told you this is what I would do. And that was the end of it.
He talked to me and told me that he would PayPal me $30. So him saying right now, I talked to you and told you what I was going to do, it makes no sense. I'm being gaslit and it's crazy making at this point. The only time I talked to him, he said he would reimburse me $30. I could do that.
It hasn't been done. What else there to say? Screenshot means nothing to me. As you said, I don't know you. It's my first time dealing with you. I actually haven't dealt with you at all. It's been awesome dealing with you online.
He hasn't dealt with me yet. He's my friend on Facebook. But here's the thing again. I didn't deal with you. Austin dealt with you. Again, it's like, and Austin's right there. He's throwing his employee under the bus. Are you kidding me? This is utterly ridiculous and so unprofessional.
Not me. Okay. And I dealt with it, right? I refunded your money in the story. Return the book. Because here's the thing. Return the book. or keep it. I'm done with this situation. So stop fucking calling my store and stop hitting me up on Facebook. The money has already been taken from my account. That's what you don't understand. So if somebody say, hey, they want a refund, I hit the button. I don't discuss stuff with people. I don't have time today. If somebody made an error, the best way for me to correct is refund your money and move on.
Okay, see what he said right there? Once again, I don't got time for this. The best way for me to deal with people if there's an error is to refund the money and move on. Then, Mr. Ramon, that is what you should have did from the beginning. You set those expectations from the get. You don't say one thing and change it up, change the narrative up after the fact, after you drag this out for a week. That's bad business.
I don't have time to go back and forth. We've been telling you to return the book. How many times? How many times have we told you to return the book?
Ever since the initial email where he said, sorry, we missed that, return the book, and I inquired about a partial refund, he has not told me to return the book until this phone call right here. Thank you very much. Because he was ghosting me after he told me that he was going to partially reimburse me.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, no.
So you persistent on keep it, or return it tomorrow. That's it. I'm done with this. Bye.
And then he hangs up on me. And watch this. He goes to his audience and straight up lies about the situation. Watch.
Sorry about that. I'm back. Oh, that's crazy. They got a guy on Whatnot. He bought a book. He didn't like it, so he wanted to return it.
Got a guy on Whatnot. He bought a book and he didn't like it. No, I bought a book that was freaking ripped to shreds by scissors or a blade. I bought a book and didn't like it. So he wanted, no.
Refunded his money. That should have been the end of it. But he wants to keep the book.
It should have been the end of it, but you didn't set those expectations.
And so now he's refusing to return the book. So keeps calling. And I'm done with it. So we're going to move on.
Straight up
on the road.
Lied. No context, no facts.
All right, here we go.
And then he blocked me because I was on my personal Facebook.
Amazing Spider.
Yeah, pretty deplorable and pathetic the way that whole situation was handled. But it's not done yet, folks. It's not done. So now let's go back. I actually finally freaking was like, I'm just gonna return the book. It's not worth it at this point. Clearly, the guy's an asshole. Dealing with this extremely unprofessionally, pushing blame off to his other employees, lying about it. So I processed the return. And this is what I said. I said, you got your wish. I dropped it off last minute today. Don't send over the $30. Next time, man up. You make an agreement with the customer, honor your word. At this point, your word as a man and as a businessman, as a business owner, means nothing, which is sad for you. I hope this was a learning lesson for you. Again, you could have politely rejected my suggestion for a partial refund from the start and avoided all of this. And lastly, man up with your communication. Don't ever avoid and ghost. Have some dignity. I honestly wish you well, but you'll never get my business nor even my recommendation ever. And that's a simple truth. And then I said, the tracking shows that the book was delivered. Please confirm so I can receive my my refund. And this was what? As I'm filming this was yesterday. This is what he says. There won't be a next time. And I didn't mean next time with me. I meant next time when you screw over other customers. But he says, there won't be a next time. Thanks for returning my book as you should have done in the first place. Laughing emoji. How? And then he blocked me. How childish is this guy? Now, here's the fun. This is, we're about to wrap up. Here's the home stretch, guys. This is what's so hilarious about this. As I was about to film this video, the guy went live again today. And he showed the book off, and I'm going to show that to you guys right now. Watch this.
Madhouse is going to be 400, Nico. We also have a First Galactus and Silver Surfer right there.
And here's the book.
As well as
Had the little drama with the guy. He
all right, I got you. Let me grab your book.
Finally sent it back
for you for sure.
Because he knew I wasn't giving him any money for it other than what he paid for it. So I just said, send it back. So he finally sent it back after I had to get Whatnot involved. So
after I had to get Whatnot involved. Sir, you did not get Whatnot involved. I did.
Got the book back. Been pretty decent.
All right, so you're looking at 23 for all of these right here. Put that in there for you.
Thinking I did something to the book.
I think he was
Look at him right there, fold the book like that. Wow. But listen to what he says.
like his back. It said it looked like it was trimmed.
No, I didn't say the back looked like it was trimmed. The whole book is trimmed, and you can clearly tell. So is he like trying to persuade his audience that I was lying or something? Like, come on, man. I mean, he knows. He knows, though. How he's handling that book, though.
So there you go. Anyway, that's ASM 34. Let's go back on my eBay. Back up on.
So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's it. It's done, and I just want you all to know two things. One is a businessman, right? You gotta understand that never throughout this whole situation did I overstep my boundaries. Did I come at him incorrectly? I was polite. I was professional. I asked him questions, and as a businessman, he could have ended this whole issue before it started. He's the one that decided to continue it on, okay? This is no way, and as a customer, no customer should ever be treated like this. No customer should ever feel like they are in the wrong due to an issue that was a miss by the seller because the book wasn't as it was described. And for simply asking questions on what the options are to get a possible reimbursement. Nobody should ever feel like that. And lastly, though, what is even more deplorable, no business owner should ever publicly put his employees on blast to make himself look good. That is deplorable. Ramon, if you're watching this, man, I pray for you. And look, if you ever see me in traffic, yeah, you know what? Break bread, be a man, look me in the eye, and apologize and own your shit. Because for one, I'm not here trying to beef over comic books. But we know that grown man try to get on some other dumb ish. But the bottom line is, Ramon, dude, like you brought this upon yourself. This is deplorable. And I really hope you learn from this to where you go and you handle your business appropriately. No matter if it's a $2 sale or a $2,000 sale, $100 sale or a $20 sale or a $70 sale. I ain't got time for this for $70. Nah, because life, reality, the universe will knock you off your high horse real quick. My man, you've been around. You're older than me. Stop acting like a 5-year-old, my dude. Let this be a lesson to everyone involved. Everyone. Be a decent human being and be a professional. And if you want to avoid issues, just communicate. Communicate. Thank you guys for watching. Be well, and until next time.